Good morning, everyone. So today feels like a glimpse of fall. It is in the 60s right now, and that means I am ready to make some soup. So today I am making one of my husband's favorite beef and vegetable soup in the crock pot. For that, you're going to need a pound of ground beef, browned, drained, and some vegetables, really anything that you want, but for me, I'm just using what I have, which is celery, green beans, some spinach, some peas, this bell pepper that is on its last leg that I need to use up, and half an onion. I usually do carrots as well, but I don't have any, so we're just gonna use those vegetables. And then for seasonings, what I have been doing is I do these chicken tomato bouillon cubes, and it's 2 cups per cube, so I'm doing 6 cups of water, so I'm doing 3 cubes. And then obviously salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, Italian seasoning. I also am going to add in some of this buttery steakhouse Kinder seasoning. It's very optional, but I thought it would give it some good flavor. And then at the end, I'll just throw in a couple bay leaves to help marinate all the flavors together. So right now I am going to brown up my ground beef, and I will go from there. While I'm browning up the ground beef, I usually like to chop up my veggies, get those nice and chopped up, throw them in the crock pot. Let's get this started. So I chopped up all my veggies in my veggie chopper. I also added a tomato. My husband got some tomatoes from his friend, he grew himself. So my ground beef is done and ready to go in. So I gave that a good stir to stir in all those good seasonings. I have my crock pot set to low for 8 hours. I'm gonna let this just simmer all day, let those flavors marinate, and I promise you, you're gonna have a really great hearty soup, which is also low carb if you're looking for that. Before low carb, I would add diced potatoes if that's something you're wanting to do. We'll come back when this is ready to serve up. I almost forgot to add my peas. So, I mean, you could do this towards the end because they're almost cooked, but I just don't want to forget. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of peas. I know those aren't low carb, but per serving, it's really not that many carbs when you're adding just like a 1/4 cup or a 1/2 cup to the whole shebang. And right now it looks all gross because the water's cold and it's making all the fats clump up. So there you go. Now I'm going to let it simmer for 8 hours. So this was going for 6 hours on low. I did add a teaspoon of xanthan gum just to thicken it, the broth, just a touch. I just don't like too runny, like I don't like too thin of a broth. So I just add a little bit of xanthan gum, but this looks like it is done. It looks delicious. Just gotta take out those bay leaves in there. But yeah, this is done. And I guess I will show you what it looks like when it's all plated up. I'm probably gonna add some rice to it for my husband. He likes rice in his. Here's my bowl plated up. And I don't have any rice or anything. Mine's just the soup. But I tried it and it tastes so good. It's almost like an Italian beefy vegetable because of the little bit of Italian seasoning I added. Just gives it a little extra touch of flavor. I really like this soup. I hope that you try it out. If you do, please let me know, and like, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on that notification bell. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Thanks. Bye-bye.